So my first experience with theremins came in college, and I had a roommate at the University of Maryland in College Park. And this fellow brought a theremin to the dormitory one day. And I was fascinated because I had an interest in electronics, and I found this to be a very unique, novel instrument. I told my roommate that I thought this was very interesting. Most of all, I had the intention of improving it. Well, it took about 20 years when I finally, after this very long period of procrastination, and of course, as they say, life got in the way of doing what I really wanted to do. But one fine day, I'd say around 1995 or so, I began examining the circuits for theremins and learning about them. And I really had no idea that I would begin playing the theremin, but in the process of improving the circuit, I began playing it more and more. And much to my surprise, eventually I could play recognizable melodies on it. So then I became as equally fascinated with performing on the theremin as I was with designing the theremins. I felt that when I stumbled across the theremin, that it was a way that I could express myself musically and maybe become good at it. Now, in the very beginning, when most notably I was working with a fellow named Rupert Chappell, we had a band called Jobs for America, and we pressed some vinyl. Rupert was one of my first encouragements to perform at all. This was the very beginning for me. Rupert would play keyboards, and I would adjunct the sound with these oscillators. So it's a peculiar mix. We were considered somewhat pioneers of this kind of vaguely proto-punk type sound, and yet it had some melodic elements, and it also had the avant-garde elements of somewhat random electronic sounds incorporated. And I still do that today with other people, most notably a group that we call Music from the Film.
I find hope in the concept purported to be God. Snuggled by my legs on a hot night in the tent.
And that involves a couple of good friends, and we do quite a bit of that, and we occasionally perform using the same mix of atonal oscillator sequences along with some conventional instrumentation. And then there are people more lately, I would say most notably the people involved with the cassettes. The cassettes was Shelby Cinca, the principal, and other people who came and went. The cassettes were dubbed steampunk. The labels wanted to push that agenda. What exactly is steampunk? To me, it's kind of demeaning. The band kind of fell apart. Everyone went in a different direction eventually. Right. And now this new project, which we're going to call Theremin Lounge, and what I want to do mostly is material from the American Songbook. A lot of what we considered popular music from the 1930s, 40s, 50s. The way I look at it is I'm kind of running out of time with old age creeping up on me, and I want to do something, but I don't want to push myself too hard. If I'm not busy doing music, I'm an unhappy boy. So I like to stay involved. Music is really the most important part of my life.